Next thing, is this clear? At least auto scaling, automation, little bit, just as a overview. Everyone is good about it. Any question comes, any doubt, anything is bothering you, like anything like which you are not able to understand here related to automation, Vagrant, adding node. Are we good?
Related to the container part, related to the container part. So I think you will cover uh,
Container, I think we'll cover
later
it.
on, later on.
Yes,
You know.
yes. When the we have container, we'll cover everything. We'll cover Docker. We will cover a little bit Docker Compose and Kubernetes. Okay, because Docker's form is outdated one, so we can just have a discussion on it. But let's not spend time on that because it's already outdated technology. Okay, this is clear, right? Till here we are clear, right? So the biggest question comes in the mind, how to select the operating system for your lab or VM. Which operating system should I use? Okay. Everyone is like have some kind of question around it, right? Should I use CentOS? Should I use RHEL? Should I use Ubuntu or Alma Linux, Rocky Linux, right? Everyone. So what is the core concept behind it? How we should understand the operating system and the line of operating system. Okay. So the first thing is, I think let's not talk about Windows because Windows is out of scope. But let's see this small statistics collected by wapanalyzer.com. Wapanalyzer is a very big company. What they do, they generally track the stack or the tools and technology used by application web servers and servers. So based on their statistics till today, most of the people are using Windows Server in their production system. Okay, everyone agrees with that, that Windows is used as a production operating system in the market, right? Someone has already used it for SQL Server, someone has used it for MySQL, Mongo, or for their application deployment, for their container deployment, right? Everyone is using. But what about Linux? What is the difference between Ubuntu, Debian, Unix, CentOS, Red, all these things? Why we have these many names? Why we don't have only Linux? Can anyone answer this? Anyone have idea about this? What is difference between Ubuntu and CentOS? Or what is the core differences between these things? Any idea?
The kernels are different, I guess.
Very good. Kernels are different. Anyone else? Any idea? So basically, if you see on the top, Linux is the core kernel or the core operating system. Everyone took same way like Postgre, people took Linux and they created their own flavor or the version. Okay, so the most popular one is Ubuntu. The next one is RHEL. Third one is according to the current market, Alma Linux. Rocky Linux is also going good in the market. Okay, same way we have CentOS. Okay, now let's understand few things here, that all the majority of the production systems are on Ubuntu or RHEL. Okay, but what is happening once IBM has taken took over the Red Hat company, they have imposed some kind of licensing fee and something on the the RHEL and CentOS versions. Okay, due to that, what happened? The creator of CentOS has moved out from the company and they have formed a new company called Rocky Linux. They were not happy with the IBM, so they have formed their own Linux system called Rocky Linux. And Rocky Linux is a 100% replica of RHEL and CentOS. Okay, so it's 99% same as rel and CentOS. And can you see this? This is backed by all the big companies like AWS, ARM, Google, and VMware. So it is going very good in the market. So in future, you might remember this session saying rel is replaced by Rocky Linux or Alma Linux. Okay. And in the same way, some of the developer, they come out from the community and they have formed the new Linux called Alma Linux. Alma Linux is my personal favorite because I personally feel that it is faster and very easy to use, and it is 99% same like rel. Okay. So we have Alma Linux. So in case if CentOS subscription or license is not available or rel license is not available, you can safely use Alma Linux or Rocky Linux when you are creating your lab setup. Okay. Or you can use Ubuntu. Okay. So this is the way you can choose your operating system. So if you are using Alma Linux, 99% you are working on rel, you are working on CentOS, you are working on Rocky. So the core kernel is same. They have just it got developed by a different community or company, so they have given the name. But core kernel is same. There is no difference. So if you are building your a lab or your VM, I will recommend you to use Alma Linux or Ubuntu or Rocky Linux, because the moment you will use CentOS, you might see some repository issue. Once you are trying to upgrade your machine, you might see some issues. They might ask for subscription. Same thing for rel, they might ask for the subscription. So when we create our lab or VMs, we want to keep it for a long time, right, without any issue. So my suggestion is to use Alma Linux, Rocky, or Ubuntu, so that you can keep your virtual machines for the long time for the practice purposes. Is that clear? Is this clear for everyone? This is important. If you have any doubt, we can have more discussion on that. All is clear? Now let's go to the next part. Okay. Again, how to set up VirtualBox and Vagrant or VMware in your machine. I think recently someone has asked this question, right? So let's suppose you are new and you don't know how to set up this. Okay. So how to do that? The very first thing is you have to download VMware Workstation Pro or VirtualBox. Number 2, you have to download the Vagrant. Then you have to download, if you are using VMware, then you have to download Vagrant VMware plugin. Fourth one, you have to install this plugin into your machine. Okay, let me show you practically what I am talking about. Go to Vagrant website. As this is a recorded line, I'm showing you. Go to Vagrant Vagrant website. Just go to the download section. Where is the download? Okay, install. If you are using Mac OS, download the 64-bit AMD 64-bit, this one. If you are on Windows, download this one. And if you are in Linux, you can just wget these binaries like this. Once your Vagrant is installed, after downloading these particular binaries, for Windows you can use AMD 64. Download it, install it. If you are using VMware, then you have to download one more utility called VMware utility. Okay. So once your VMware utility is downloaded, you have to install it, and then you have to run one command called VMware plugin install VMware workstation. I'll send you the command and the step everything. So this is the base step that you have to follow. Once this is installed, your machine will be ready to run Vagrant command. Okay. So how you will identify that Vagrant is working fine? Simply go to your PowerShell and type VAG and do tab. If you see this exe file is coming in tab, it means it is properly installed. You can also type Vagrant help. Okay.
Sir,
At
in
least
PowerShell, at some specific location, we need to go and type this vagrant or tab, or at any specific.
wherever you want to create your virtual machine. Let's suppose you want to create on CD or any drive in your machine where you have space.
Okay.
So let's suppose I want to create this VM on my machine. So I have created a folder called Vagrant. Under that, I will just simply go and create a new folder, new VM, and I will just go to this directory. I will just here type PowerShell. So I will PowerShell will open from the same directory. See this? And from here, I can start it. Make sense?
Yes.
Now, let's talk about one more thing, which is assignment also for you people. Can we automate Postgre installation with Vagrant? Anyone?
I think yes.
How we will do it roughly?
Through RPM.
Very good. So anyone else? How we can do this? Anyone want to try? Just hypothetically tell me.
By adding that systemctl start Postgres like in that configuration file, Vagrant configuration file.
Very good. So basically, let's take one Vagrant file, for example. This is a assignment. If you people are not able to do it, I will do it for you. So let me show you. Let's suppose this is my Vagrant file. Under the Vagrant file, simply I will type here wget the repo of Postgre. Okay.
Just request, please increase the screen size. Sorry.
Yeah. No. It's okay. It's okay. Anytime, any point of time, if you are not. Is this clear? So wget the repo Postgre. Simply run rpm minus ivh and the Postgre RPMs. System CTL enable Postgre. System CTL start Postgre. I'm just hypothetically telling there are few more steps that we have to do. We have to init DB, we have to do all those things. Tell me one thing. I have a database backup. Once my Postgre is installed, can I restore that also by the automation?
Yes.
Okay. How we'll do that?
So for like in MySQL terms, like we'll pass the credentials for login into database, and then we will create a if it's a backup, then we will put that less than sign and that SQL file.
Very
I
good.
think it should work.
Very good. Thank you very much. So let's suppose if I have a dump from my production server or backup from the production server, I can pass that here, and using pgdump or pgdumpall, which is similar to xpdp or data pump, MySQL dump, Mongo dump, and in SQL Server what we use? to take the backup? Right button click, something like that, right? Anyone is here? Anyone from
Yes,
the SQL?
Abhishek. Correct.
Yes. So Kiran is the right person. So Kiran, just right button click and dump, right? Something like that we do, right? Backup.
Correct. Yeah, backup.
And then we can put that backup into any remote drive, and we can call the remote drive here. So what will happen? My SQL server is restored with my backup and my database is ready. Make sense?
Yes.
Can we try this today? By tomorrow, I will show you. Anyhow, whenever you have free time, you can try all these things. Any question related to Vagrant? Anyhow, I'm going to send you the book, the steps, the documentation, everything. Any other question? Can I ask some interview question just to test the thing, which is important? Sometimes interviewer ask about all these things. Can I ask those kind of things so that you can search for the answer and you can make yourself ready?
Yeah, please.
Is that good? Can I start asking those kind of thing? Because if I ask those questions, you might think in that direction.
Okay.
Tell me one thing. I have created a VM machine with 2 GB of RAM. After 15 days, this 2 GB is not sufficient. I want to increase it to 4 GB without destroying my machine. How I can do that? Just make a note, try to find the answer. Or hypothetically, you can tell me.
Sir, we can
Very
stop the Vagrant instance, and in the configuration file, we will change this memory
Bump-
setting.
Yeah,
And
bump up
then
the memory
take it
setting.
up.
But do you think bumping up will change into the existing machine which is already created?
Yes, because recently we did in Azure cloud, right? So recently we increased the storage as well. So we just took the downtime for around half an hour, and we just bump up the configuration. And
So
after restart,
yeah, I think you have just did the configuration and you have restart. Okay.
yeah,
So that restart is nothing but it called provision. So mean to say, once you will change your configuration in VM, you have to specifically say Vagrant up with provision, so that the changes made into the config file will come into the effect into your current VM. Make sense?
yeah.
Everyone? Now tell me one scenario. I was using 100 GB of hard disk, but my database size has increased and it is keep on increasing. Now I need 200 GB. How I'll do that? Tricky question, okay? Interview question. And it is
We'll
live
set up.
production. It is live production.
Here we can try to fix it with LVM concept.
Yes, you are nearby. Anyone else want to try? I want people to speak, everyone. That's why I'm asking these questions. And I want you to be ready with all these kind of scenarios. Anyone else? Kinsta Reddy, you want to answer? I want people to speak, everyone. Who's not speaking, I want them to speak.
Abhishek, there is a in AWS. I worked on AWS, so there is something auto scaling in the storage. So will it be something? There should be a flag for in the
In AWS, everything is automated. Here you
okay.
have to do manually. Shiva?
So we have to think in this Vagrant perspective only, no?
Correct.
Like we
You have to
have
think from the Vagrant perspective only. Durga, you want to answer? Atim, you want to answer? David? I want to speak. I want everyone to speak about it, at least whatever you have understood. So basically, we have 100 GB, but we need 200 GB. So First, you will increase it on the VM level, but adding the hard disk to the Linux on VM level, will that reflect on the operating system? No. You have to do the physical level commands, which is LVM commands, to increase it from 100 GB to 200 GB. Make
So it
sense?
seems, sir, you are adding a raw disk of 200 GB separate.
Correct. Separately, or you can also increase the existing disk. Both is possible.
Okay. Okay, that we will use LVM extend and all.
LVM extend and all those things. Tell me one thing. I want to create 10 VMs where 5 VMs are RHEL, 2 VMs are Ubuntu, and 2 VMs are Alma Linux, and 1 is Rocky Linux. And I want to create it in one shot. Can we do that?
Yeah, with Vagrant, that configuration file, we'll change the flavor of the Linux. From that repository, we'll get that details, right, related to Ubuntu,
Yes,
RHEL we have, right?
Very good. Can I use 2 GB, 3 GB, or 16 GB, and here again 2 GB?
I think some time ago you created like with all the configuration files, right, Abhishek? So
You're
you
right.
can change the settings.
Very
Like
good.
wherever you want to increase or decrease the RAM, you can put a 2, 3 according to the
2, 3
requirement.
according to the requirement. So it is like mainly I'm trying to tell you here is every VM or VM is independent. So they are not interrelated. I can do whatever I want in the other way. So they are not interrelated. They are not coupled. They are decoupled configuration. In other words, is this clear? Coupled and decoupled means they are not coupled configuration. Mean to say, if I do anything on VM1, it will impact 2, 3, 4. No, they are a individual entity. Same like your EC2 machine, same like your Azure VM. Is that clear? At least everyone? So like that, you can create all these machines. Once you are done with your machines, you can also destroy them. Using the destroy command, you can destroy your VMs. Let's suppose in this cluster, I have 4 machines, right? I have 4 machines are running from here. I want to destroy. So if the moment I will say destroy, this will destroy all my machines running from this cluster, from the folder. Okay. Make sense? Is that clear? Also,
Abhishek, can we destroy and this will destroy everything, right? Or like
this will destroy everything. This will destroy everything.
If I want to destroy any one of the VMs, then that keyword, I'll use the keyword, right? That
you will use the keyword or ID.
ID,
You
right?
will use the ID or name. Okay.
Okay.
So my case, I think it has already destroyed. So I have to run the prune command, prune flag. So it will show the current status. Sometimes Vagrant Global shows the old status or old listing. So you can run the prune also. So prune gives you the current status. If the configuration has not refreshed properly, prune commands refresh it and show you the current status.
Okay. And we can do the same thing with Terraform as well, right? This all activity.
Yes. Okay. I'll tell you. I'll show you. Tell me one thing. In Azure or in AWS, if I want to build the database server, how we do that? Option 1.
So in RDS.
Yes.
So we have RDS, we have Aurora, or we can also do it on the EC2 instances.
Okay. So how you do it normally?
So in the EC2 instance, we can go ahead and do the installations and all that manually, or we can also add run the, when we are creating a EC2 instance, we can have this script in the end of the configuration where we can set the script,
which we call it
will
bootstrap script.
Bootstrap script. From there we can actually install the database.
Okay. Let's suppose we are only 3 people in the team and I want to create 1000 databases. How I'll do that?
So in that case, if we are in AWS, we can use CloudFormation. Apart from that, also we have Terraform, which is not any dependent on any cloud. We can do it on anywhere else, like any cloud it will run. Apart from that, there are Ansible scripts also as well, which can be used.
Very good, very good. Perfect. Susan, can you speak about it?
Yeah, so through on Azure Cloud, we actually can create it through Postgres vector creation, or usually the SREs from our team created through Terraform. You use the compute tier. You want to do it later on if you want to have a replica, or if you want to have you want to increase it horizontally or vertically, you should be able to do it.
Very good. Thanks for explaining it. So this is the another way of creating it. Okay, 1000 servers. So currently I have in your lab setup, we have just replaced these all technologies or Python. Anyone has used Python Boto libraries to implementing the cloud related thing in Azure or AWS? Any idea? Anyone from the development side they have used, or for reporting purpose? Any idea?
You have used Boto 3, but it was a requirement from the developers for the installation and all that.
Very good. So Python Boto 3 is a library which can be used to query the cloud infrastructure or implement the cloud infrastructure. Just extra piece of information. Same like your Python Fabricate. Are we getting all these things when I talk about Python Boto 3 Fabric? Are you getting why I am talking about all these things? Anyone? Or anyone have any doubt? Because this is the right time to discuss about all these things. Okay. If you're not clear, just stop me. You can ask like why you're talking about these things in the class. What is so important in that? I'm completely fine with that kind of question because you're spending time and money. I'm fine with any question because this will make your concept and base ready. Okay. So you can stop me and ask about all these things. So like shell script, like your bash script, Python Boto is also a script which runs on cloud providers or the cloud platforms. Let's suppose today I want to know how many EC2 servers are down, or on Azure cloud I want to understand how many VMs are down. How I can do that? In the single command or single option? What are the option I have? Either I can go and do it manually, or simply I will write a Python Boto 3 script using ChatGPT. I will put my username and password and simply run it. This script will run and it will give me very beautiful Excel file saying that boss, you have 1000 VMs running in these many regions, and out of that 15 are down. And I want to know how many RHEL servers are there, how many Ubuntu servers are there, how many Windows servers are there. So like that, I can write an automation and I can do the reporting part of also. And Python Boto is very, very easy. Anyone can learn it. Whoever knows Terraform, CloudFormation, or things, they can also learn about it. Yeah, Rohit, please.
So how the integration is going on between the AWS and Python Boto 3 and Python Fabric integration part?
For AWS you're talking about?
Yeah, AWS. You said no. We can integrate with AWS and we can launch the instance. So how the integration is happening?
Basically, you will just write some script and you will pass the key and key face for AWS and the user. And simply Python Boto scripts will executed by those user and it will fetch the details. It is same like AWS CLI command and Azure CLI command. Okay. Okay. So now let's talk about how we will get the VMware software from the internet. VMware Workstation Pro download. Simply go here, go to the download VMware Workstation Pro and get your copy. Okay, for getting your copy, you have to just follow these steps. Log in into the Broadcom website, create your account and download the VMware Workstation Pro. If you don't want to use VMware Workstation Pro, you can also use VirtualBox. Is that clear? Because I know you people might try to install it and you will face some issue. So that's why I'm giving you all this information. Is that clear? Can we go ahead? Or any question, any doubt which you want to clear before I go ahead? All these things are clear because these things are nothing but small part of the basics. Is that clear? How you will choose your OS, this is also clear. You can simply use Alma Linux. It is faster. It is freely available and you will get the repo from the repo file. Okay. Any question before I go ahead? Anyone? If you people are fine. Yeah, Rohit, you tell me.
Abhishek, it's done. Yeah, it's done from my side. But just a one, you go for VirtualBox or VMware? Which one is?
See, I am suggesting VMware because
so
sometimes.
Which one you should?
Yeah, if you can use VirtualBox, that is my personal preference. There are few reasons why I use VirtualBox. My machines are not getting corrupted even if I open them after 5 years or 6 years. Let's suppose I have built a cluster, I'm doing practice, but once my practice is done, I want to keep it in my external hard disk just for the future reference. So multiple time it happens then when I create my machines after spending 1 week or 15 days. Most of the time if I use it on VirtualBox, after 5 or 6 years they get corrupted or I have to do a lot of things to start them. But if I am doing it on VMware Workstation, at least using some older release, I can open it and I can use them. Okay, so from my point of view, it is stable. And sometimes VirtualBox is giving me weird errors, which sometimes even I have to take a lot of time to fix it. And they are corrupting my hard disk also. The moment I move it from one machine to another machine, sometimes they get corrupted. So I don't want spending 15 days on my setup and later on it's not working. So that's why I don't use VirtualBox. I personally think it's a little outdated. It runs on Python and Qt libraries, but VMware works on Java and which is more stable. According to me, this is a recorded line. So I'm just telling according to me, for some people, VirtualBox might be stable, but for me in last 22 years, I have seen a lot of crashes, you know. Even when we were developed a Hadoop cluster, some machines got corrupted after spending 15 or 20 days of configuration. Make sense? Is that clear? Because we will spend 2 or 3 days to build a machine. Later on, if we identify that it got crashed, again, we have to do it. Even if it is a Vagrant, we have to do some effort, right, on that. So I don't want to do that. I personally feel that VMware is quite stable in that case. Okay. And please get your copy as soon as possible, because recently what happened, they have closed the free license for their other products. Okay. So I would recommend you to today only get your copy. I don't know tomorrow if they will say we need $100 or $200, then it's like that. Yeah, Sandeep. Yeah, Sudeep. Sudeep.
Yes.
You're asking.
Yeah.
Actually, in our organization, like we use only AWS. That means in AWS we use EC2 and RDS only. But now Vagrant it is used in like in companies it is used for real-time scenarios Vagrant, or it is for only just lab purpose.
See, first thing is it is only for the lab purpose. Second thing,
Okay.
when in the older days or when there was no automation, then that time Vagrant was the only tool. Now what happened? Every company has created their own automation tools like Vagrant. So if you are familiar with the Vagrant, you can handle any other softwares also. Core concept is same.
Okay, like as a DB admin, I think we had to know this Linux part also, right?
Correct, correct.
Only Linux team will handle this type.
Correct. So this is just for your lab setup actually.
Okay, for labs.
I don't, yeah, I don't want you to spend time and building. Let's suppose I have to create 3, 4 VMs. Then what I will do, I will go and create 4, 5 VMs and I'll spending time and all. So this is for the quick lab. And another thing, Vagrant, if you learn Vagrant, slowly you are understanding the DevOps concepts also. Slowly,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So my other intention is to teach you a little bit automation also, so that you understand all these concepts. Make sense?
Yeah. Good.
Okay. So in the next topic, we are going to talk about little bit part of network and storage. They are very important for a DBA. Okay. Some of the things you might already being know and already you understand some of the network concept, some of the storage concept, but we will just revise it little bit so that in the future topics, if something comes related to network, you can understand about that. Okay. So we are mainly going to talk about few concepts like load balancer. Okay, we are going to talk about load balancer, we are going to talk about VIPs, and we are going to talk about IPs and little bit part of router. Very little bit, just to touch upon so that a DBA can understand all these concepts when we are doing clustering, when we are doing any troubleshooting. Okay, it's not your part, I know, but little bit part we will understand about that. And also I'm going to touch upon on Linux basics. Okay, I want every according to my personal experience, the more you know about Linux or the more you know about your platforms, it makes your job easy and it makes your performance tuning effort easy. Okay, are you agree on that? If we know our platforms better, we can tune our databases properly and we can do a lot of automations also. Okay, so we'll talk about little bit of the Linux fundamentals. Okay, Linux fundamentals are very important. So we'll talk about that also. In the terms of networking, I'm not going to go into the depth, but at least some concepts which is related to Postgre, related to our database administration, we are going to talk about. In case if you are confused or not able to understand, I will send you the videos also and video link, which you can watch later. And once we are done with the Linux basic concept, we are going to start the Postgre fundamentals. So basically I have divided Postgre into multiple parts. First is installation and configuration. Then we will go into the architecture. After architecture, we will understand right after the installation, we will do the files and directory structure. We'll try to understand, and then we will go into the architecture, user management, search path, and the schema management, backup and recovery. Okay, and in between we are also going to talk about the extensions. Okay, because Postgre is a very advanced database, we are going to talk about the extensions, the custom extensions, public extensions, and the private extensions also. Okay, we are going to talk about like that, and majority of the sessions are going to be hands-on like the Vagrant we did, and some part of the theoretical thing. So everything will get recorded into the session, and like that gradually we will increase the concepts, and step by step we'll increase. When I say increase, it means we are going to talk about the different topics on top of that, so that your concepts are getting built one by one. Are we clear at least till here, whatever we have talked about? No question, right? Okay, so we have only 5 minutes, so I'm not going to talk much. I will just give you one small gist about the network. Most of us know, right? When one computer has to talk to another computer, what we use? What we use? Network, right? Correct. Very good. We use LAN, we use WAN, we use MAN, and also we use intranet, internet. Okay. So when A computer talks to B, what is the basic architecture that happens? How they are communicating? Very basic. Anyone can explain me? Sushan, you want to explain?
Through packets.
Through packets. Packets are basically holding the information and they are going. From the infrastructure point of view, how they are connected?
Via port.
Very good. This particular machine have port. What is the port name? What can be the port? LAN port or Ethernet port, Wi-Fi port, or fiber optics port, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
This kind of ports, right? Ethernet port, Wi-Fi cards, right? Everyone have these kind of cards which can communicate from one machine to another machine or from one network to another machine. Same thing, we have fiber ports. Fiber ports are nothing but small ports using fiber optics, these kind of cables. One server is communicating with other. Same thing, right? That is the way it works. So these cables are nothing but the pipe between one server to another server. How that get connected? We have what we do. We have one switch where these machines are plugged into, and here also one cable is plugged into my A and B. So now my infrastructure is ready. What is switch by any chance? What is switch? Switch is device basically which creates a network or which gives you a option to communicate from one network to another network or one machine to another machine. Okay, is that clear? This is switch, right? So once these kind of setups are done, server A can talk to server B. What is the next thing that we need once our infrastructure is ready? What is so important?
We need to route the traffic.
Route the traffic. So let's create a detailed architecture. So this server is in Bangalore and this server is in Hyderabad. And one server I have in Chennai. Another server I have in Gurgaon or Delhi. How I'll connect it? Bangalore servers will connect it to their Bangalore switch. Same way Delhi servers are connected to their Delhi switch. Hyderabad servers are connected to their Hyderabad switch. Chennai servers are connected to the Chennai switch. Okay. Every server got their IP. I'm using 10.10.10.1. Hey Alexa, stop it. Okay. So 5.172.168.1.8, and this is 10.10.10.2. What are these numbers? Anyone? What are these numbers?
IP
IP addresses. So this IP address is same like this IP address? No. This is a different IP range. We have 3 IP range, A, B, C, and D, right? Technically. We have IP ranges, right?
Yeah.
Different IP ranges. So when I want to communicate from one IP range to another IP range, can I communicate directly? First of all, can I communicate? No. This guy is speaking Japanese. This guy speaks French. Can they communicate? No, they can't communicate. If they want to communicate, they has to be in the same IP range, right? Or same subnet range. So when I will call it one network, I will call this another network, I call this another network, I will call this another network. So if I have 4 range of networks, if they want to communicate with each other, what I want? Why do I need a router? Because this guy is speaking Japanese, this guy speaks French, this guy speaks Chinese, and this guy speaks Latin, something like that. They both are speaking different language because they are run on a different packet set, as Susan explained. So they want to talk to each other, so we have to use a router. And when we use router, then only these networks can communicate with each other. In AWS, have we created, anyone created VPC subnet?
Yes.
Anyone? So why do
Yes.
we use subnet and VPC? Just to distinguish the network, right? Why we want to distinguish the network? Simple reason. This network belongs to sales, this belongs to finance, this belongs to customer care, and this belongs to marketing. Why we have segregated the network? Any idea? Why we want to segregate it? Why we can't use the same network? Any idea?
For isolation purpose, like we don't want to actually mix it up. We need to isolate each and every environment.
Very good. Isolation.
Security.
Who answered it? Very good. Security. Very important feature. That's why we are doing this much. We are taking this much headache. Anything else? Which is also very important.
Load.
Sorry, what is that?
Load on the network.
Load on the network, very important. Anything else? Something is very important in the finance, which can, if I get the access, I can, it will be very important. Let's suppose in the finance, I have all the credit card information. What is another thing? Better user management, better access management, better identity and access management. Do we understand about IAM? Identity and access management. It is a concept in AWS, Azure, and GCP. I think some of us, we already know. In databases, we call it user and roles. Everyone is clear about that? User role schema. Why we create all those things? Just to create better segregation, better security. So that's why we have segregated this network into different pieces, and based on the roles only, one guy from this network can go to this network. In the database terms, we have to understand one more thing. It is also related with the ports. Everyone understand about ports?
Yes.
5432. For Postgre, 177017 for Mongo, something like that. 1541, right? For Oracle,
1521.
1521. 3306 MySQL. Redis, I think 80. Any other database? What about SQL Server? Which port it runs? 144, right?
1433. 1433.
1433.
33.
33. So tell me one thing. If I have a database server running here on 5432, which is my Postgre server, and I'm here in Chennai, and I want to access Bangalore server on 5432, even I have network ready, even I can ping to this server. Can I access 5432 without doing any configuration? Is it possible?
No.
No.
Nope.
Who said no? Okay.
I.
Yeah. So why I can't access it?
Because we need to allow that port from the firewall, because there will be also a component firewall which has to be allowed. The port has to be allowed in order to communicate to the server.
Very good. So basically we need some kind of rules. So these rules are nothing but, in operating system we called it ACL, access control list on Linux. On AWS they are nothing but SG, security group. Same thing I think in Azure also. And in the real time scenario we call it fire. What it called? Firewall. So firewall is nothing but a device where we go and write some kind of rules so that people can access one port from the another port. These kind of machines you will see in the data centers. They are nothing but firewalls. So firewall is controlling the port. Firewall is controlling the overall access. So being a DBA, do I need to understand all these things? No. We should be knowing the basics of all these things. The basic thing is nothing but we should know how to check that A server is communicating with B using Linux command called ping. We should know whether A server is reachable from the B over the particular port. So we should know NC command on Linux, or telnet command, or LSOF. Okay. So like that, I'm going to teach you what command you need for what purpose. And like that, I will develop your knowledge step by step. Is it good? Useful? If we do like that? Or can I run every command, all the commands one shot? I think that will not be helpful. Let's understand the command based on their use case, so that it will there in your mind attached with these kind of diagrams. What do you think? How we should do that? I want to take everyone's vote, because these things are going to help us in the future sessions. Do you think it is good the way I'm teaching all these things along with the command?
Yes.
Yes.
Any suggestion?
Yeah, before wind up, we need
Yes.
actually you need to again just recap the what things we have learned today in the last before
So
wind
in
up.
the last I'm going to give you some topics, and basically we will classify our concepts in core and fancy.
Yeah,
So,
and in the network, sorry to interrupt, in the network side, we have a DNS also, right?
Correct. We have DNS also. So why I'm not going into much depth, because the audience is from the database side. Okay. So DNS and other thing, it's not that mandatory for the DBS. So I'm just going very basic, then gradually I will increase the topic slowly, or we'll go more into the depth, as this is a first day, right? I don't want everyone to overload it, because I have so many things to discuss about, and people should not sleep also. I don't know if someone is sleeping. Everyone is awake? Is this too much? Can I stop myself here?
I think yes.
Please speak up, or at least thumbs up, thumbs down
Yeah.
if you don't want to speak. So I think it is too much. Let me stop here, and you can form your questions. You can ask me anything in case if you have any doubt. Okay, all these things are documented. You are going to get the document for each and everything. And in case after reading the document you are not clear, don't hold yourself. You can we can have a great discussion on that. I will explain you. Is that clear? At least basics of network is clear. We'll talk more. We'll go more into the depth when we will do clustering. We will do all those things, because I don't want you to learn, some extra thing. Just we will stick to the basics. Okay. So today what we did, let me do a small recap. We understood about the Postgre flavors. We talked about the Postgre Reprise technologies like Snowflake, Redshift, all those things. We have talked about the Vagrant. We have talked about the Vagrant config and installation. We have talked about little bit part of the automation, and we have talked about the network little bit. We'll talk more about that. And I'm going to talk about more on storage also tomorrow, little bit part. I will not give you too much knowledge today itself, but little bit part of the storage, because that is important. When we will do the Postgre installation, how to make it production ready, all those things are very important in from the real time knowledge point of view, because most of the things are written in the YouTube videos or document, but we'll talk about the real time thing, what we have to really think about or consider when we are developing or building the production system. Okay, so all has to think like a architect when we are doing all these things. Network, under the network we have talked about little bit part of the config, LAN, router. Mainly I'm more interested to teach you about load balancer, because when we will do Petroni cluster load balancing concept, you should know at least 10 to 5% load balancing concept. Okay, so that you can build a good Postgre cluster. Okay, that's why I'm talking about network and load balancers. Make sense? Do you think this training is good, is going into the right direction as per your expectation? Everyone, all good?
Yes.
So tomorrow
Abhishek,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt.
no
What will
problem,
be
no
the
problem.
version of Postgres we'll be using here in the training?
See, mostly we are going to use the latest one, but I personally prefer that at least we should take n-1.
Okay.
N-1 is nothing but whatever is released, we'll take one version lesser.
So 17
is going on right now.
Yes, so we'll take 16 or 15, so that we have a scope of upgrade also, because upgrade is also part of this class. Version upgrade and migration is also part of this class. Migration we'll do Aura to PG, Oracle to Postgre we will do. Yeah, someone was telling something.
Yes,
sorry,
major upgradation is there, and minor also, right? 16.3
minor, yes, minor is like very easy. Minor also, if you want, I will show you.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
major also I will show you. Both we can do.
Okay.
Because minor is just a matter of 5-10 minutes. I will show you on the screen. Yeah, Sudeep, please. You ask your question.
Yeah, we discussed Postgres SQL repository, right? Under that, like we have snowflakes, like vector. These all are like separate database, or these are like same as Postgres.
Okay, let me answer you like this. So let's take an example of car. Okay, so under the car we have two.
this I can understand because like basic for example they take the engine as Postgres and like they modify like designing these are like snowflakes like that, right?
Correct,
But
correct.
that means like my question is like we are in Postgres like we are using like how like we know how to install and upgrade, right? Same commands will be used in snowflakes or
Snowflakes, Redshift, and there are other things,
vector.
right?
Yeah,
Yes,
vector
Yugabyte.
DB. Yeah, it is like same as Postgres or it is different topic like.
Okay, so let me answer you like this. In some cases, it is 90% same. Some cases 95% same. In some cases, it is 85% same. So if you know the Postgre, at least you can manage that particular system. At least you know the basic concepts. And on top of that, you can read their documentation and you can develop your knowledge. But majority of the time, they are same. Make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Vector we are going to cover. So vector, don't worry, I will cover it properly. It is part of our course. AI and ML and vector.
Yeah, AI means like a script. We can automate like installing and creating replica in vector
Everything.
DB.
Everything. We
Oh,
can, we will develop a small project also, AI and ML project, and we will use Postgre in that. And I will show you practically how it is working.
yeah.
Okay.
So is it possible to do any automation on Postgres flexible server side Azure, Microsoft Azure?
Microsoft Azure, if we do, it will be a long class. So what I will do when we will read about automation, that time I will give you an overview of the automation basically, because if we do that, it will take time. At least 1 or 2 classes we have to spend. You want to build the complete infrastructure, right? Using the automation, right?
Mhm,
Let's
yeah.
suppose let's suppose I have a Python application and a database. I want to package it and just run as a script, and this particular application will be up and running, including the network and everything in the Azure, right? Something like that, right?
Right, right.
We can do that, but I will give you my repository. If you want, you can take my code. You can try it. It is very easy. But here
No,
it will be difficult
you
to
know
cover.
that in PGFS in Plexi server there is no any
Hmm.
requirement or any thing we need to do as a DB, right, on PGFS front of side. So no backup, no performance tuning. We are not going to take care. All taken care by the Microsoft only.
Microsoft only, because it's a software database as a service,
Yeah, platform as
managed
service, I
service.
think so.
Yes,
Platform as
yeah.
service, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
So in that side, I want some automation if we can. If it's possible.
See, in this class, it won't be possible, but I will give you the full overview of that so that you can do
Okay.
it by yourself. Even if you read, I will give you small code also.
Mhm.
I have
Sure.
code ready with me, lot of application code. Currently, my website is also automated like that, but it is running on hostinger.com, not on Azure, because Azure was costing me a lot. So like that.
Okay. Okay.
Any other question? If we are good, can I close the session if everyone is fine or they don't have any question?
So Abhishek, I had that problem, right? When can we
Hmm.
connect for that?
Yeah. You can share your screen now itself. Can I stop the recording if everyone is fine?
Are we going to do any installation for Vagrant or something like that?
No, I think it's already 1 p.m. So let's Vagrant and everything. I think you can do it. It is pretty straightforward. In case if you get any issue, you just let me know.
Okay.
It is just next like that. But again, if you are facing issue, let me know. Don't